take you a little bit off of the topic that we're on now. Let's talk a little bit about the new loan estimate. It requires that the estimates are a lot more accurate than they were before. What happens if they're not? Are there penalties in place? What happens? What is the CFPB doing?
Everyone's looking at me.
Well, you're the attorney here.
Sure, there are penalties. The CFPB will obviously enforce this, and there will be monetary fines for any lending institution that's violating these these new regulations. But even I use the term new regulations loosely because they're already the same regulations. They've just kind of, in my opinion, the way I kind of describe it, is they've tightened them up. They made them a little more common sense and made it a little bit more made it easier to understand for the average consumer. So, there's going to be penalties in place. And my guess is that the CFPB will take the approach with non-compliant institutions that they'll go in and do audits, and they will be then warned by virtue of letters. And then I think fines are kind of a step of last resort. I mean, I think the industry doesn't want to start going down that path right away. But I think it's the appropriate response for firms that are non-compliant and refuse to kind of get on board with the new regulations. I think that's really important. And at the end of the day, like I said, my first comment right at the beginning, it's better for the consumer. And at the end of the day, that's the mission of the CFPB.
Absolutely.
And that's who we're here to serve. We're a mortgage company. We give people loans. We, as an attorney, I help people buy and sell their homes. And as a mortgage loan officer, I help people get mortgages so they can buy the house that they want to buy.
Absolutely.
And that's
really
the bottom line.
It's what it's all about.
Yep.
Right.
I'm just curious, Chris, on a loan that there was a fine. What happens to those people living in the house, sleeping in those bedrooms? The loan is still in place? You didn't really say anything about that. The loan is still in place. It's just that the lender gets a fine.
Well, I mean, we're talking very hypothetical here, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I don't know the.
right.
I don't know the.
I'm just worried what happens to.
What was the subject of the fine?
Well, I don't know, but Ma and Pa Kettle are sleeping there tonight. So now, what happens to ABC Mortgage when they pay the fine?
Well, Mom and Pa Kettle are not going to be kicked out of their house as a result
I'm
of
asking.
that. I'm sure that's not going to be the case, Scott.
Okay,
I mean,
they got the
but
penalty.
But
and
if
how
there's
egregious is it?
But
That's
the borrower's not going to pay the penalty. The mortgage company will pay the penalty. So in the event something like that happens, the borrowers are not going to be punished by virtue of that. Now, my guess is some enterprising attorney will make a lawsuit happen
Class
and
action,
collect up some group of borrowers who have been wronged by ABC. And I hope there is not an ABC mortgage company, but by ABC mortgage company, or else I'll get sued, right? I mean, but and they'll have a class action lawsuit, and then remuneration will be achieved that way for that borrower who's been wronged. But there are certain procedures and actions available to the CFPB. Fining and censure is probably the extent of it. I think actually there may even be criminal penalties available to the CFPB, if I remember their original mission correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold me to that, but I believe they also have the power to enforce criminal sections.
through respective attorneys general,
Right.
I think.
I would assume so, but
Yeah. So I'm really happy to tell you that Tatha is still on the call with us, and she's a woman, and I am in this man cave. So I want to go back to Tatha. Tatha, you're still with us, right?
I am. Yeah, I didn't want to leave you alone, Victoria.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh boy.
Tatha, anything else to add?
No. I mean, I think you guys have covered it pretty well. The importance of relationships. Personally how I have my office set up. We have a family of services where I, as an attorney, have my own title company. I work with, there's a real estate company in my office. There's a financial planner, an accountant, 2 title companies, and a mortgage broker. I can't impress upon people, anymore that how important it is to have your team of service, family service members that you're affiliated with, that can get these transactions done, and that you can refer people to because you know that they're getting the job done right.
Absolutely. We all agree it's all about the relationships and the communication. Scott, what else do you have to add to this today? Not so scary anymore, right?
No, but I see some questions real quickly on the Twitter feed. Tim, you want to read them? I can't read without my glasses anyway.
Becky is asking for multifamily mortgages, 5 units or plus. Should I focus on a 25% down? I'm going to repeat that.
Well, that's basically a commercial loan. Anything above 4 units is you really have to look at commercial lending and what the requirements are. A 1 to 4 family, residential.
And what's the second
Anything
one?
above that is commercial.
That was it.
That was it.
Thank you,
Okay.
Becky.
Thank you,
Okay.
Becky, from wherever you have the Twitter feed.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so Scott, how do we reach you?
You reach me on Scott, S. Forcino, Forcino, at exitrealtygroup.com. Or my office number is 914-909-9100. Want me to mention the grand opening?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're really fortunate that we have the opportunity to mention our Exit Realty Group's grand opening. We're 75 North Central Avenue in Elmsford, and the grand opening is on September 24th at the Knollwood Country Club at 9 in the morning. And we're going to have some fun in the day and the night that night.
Awesome. Michael, how do we reach you?
Hi, I'm the best way. I mean, first I would like to say thank you for having us on as guests today. We appreciate talking about the topic. Go to movement.com, check out the company, Google, YouTube, movement.com, and you'll get all the information you need.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us at the Real Estate Revolution. We look forward to seeing you next week.
UFAS White Plains.
Perfect.
Good
Good job.
Hey.
That was high pressure. That was good.